Faster, more powerful, and with longer range. That's it. The new project of the American arms giant, Lockheed Martin. The Americans are betting everything on this missile in a potential war with China and Russia. After all, this is the latest long-range weapon of the United States, which currently has no analogs in its class. They are indeed supposed to replace the HIMARS and write a new chapter in the history of American long-range missiles.
This is an Army field artillery system of the ground-to-ground class. It allows crews to be mobile, to hide from counterattacks, and to create interference on the battlefield.
Precision strike missile. What is this system and what is it intended for? How capable is enemy air defense of detecting it? And a little spoiler, Ukraine might also become a possessor of these missiles, as we already have enough specialists in their use. We will talk about this and more right now, in the new episode of Arsenal. New weapons against the enemies of the USA have been found. It seems that this is how the Pentagon assessed the results of the precision strike missile tests and allocated nearly $5 billion for their production. The recipient of the order was the world-renowned arms company, Lockheed Martin. It is worth noting that the new missile was ordered by the United States government to replace what is considered in the US as the outdated ATACMS. Accordingly, all the characteristics of the new product have become even better.
The precision strike missile will provide the Joint Forces Command with all-weather capabilities during combat maneuvers and operations against enemy defenses.
Analysts note that one of the most important advantages of the designers is that the precision strike missile does not require the development of new launchers for it. The initial task was to create an improved version of the HIMARS, while the missile carriers were to remain the same.
The feature of this missile is that it was specifically developed as a successor to the MGM-140 ATACMS tactical missile. Accordingly, the existing HIMARS base can be used for launching, with 2 missiles per launcher, and the M270 MLRS. Accordingly, there are 4 missiles per launcher.
Moreover, launching these missiles specifically from the HIMARS provides the military with another non-obvious advantage. The fact is, there are already more than a dozen different missiles for these launchers. Considering all the varieties of ATACMS, since the MLRS cassette itself is completely enclosed. Therefore, it's simply impossible to determine what's inside. This means that even if you get a satellite image of the launcher or spot it with a drone, it's absolutely unclear what missiles it is carrying and where the potential strike will be directed.
One of the most important features of the HIMARS is that it does not reveal which specific missile has been loaded into the launcher and what it will fire. This is undoubtedly its benefit that cannot be overstated, because even if the enemy is observing, they still won't know what's loaded inside, or if there's anything inside at all. This provides a significant advantage on the battlefield.
Now let's go over the specifications. Its stated range is at least 500 kilometers. However, analysts note that it can fly even further. It is also known that updates are nearing completion, and soon, Gedide, the missile will fly 1,000 kilometers.
This is an Army field artillery system of the ground-to-ground class. It allows crews to be mobile, to hide from counterattacks, and create disruptions on the battlefield, as well as to confuse the enemy about where the strike will come from.
At the same time, the missile has retained a high maneuverability and flight speed, essentially having a ballistic trajectory, but yet it can still be altered, deviating from the classic arc, which on one hand makes it practically invulnerable to modern air defense systems, and on the other hand opens up a whole range of new possibilities regarding target engagement.
A regular ballistic missile will move along a predictable ballistic trajectory. It will simply follow the gravitational arc. This is very predictable. The advantage due of maneuverability is that you can interrupt this trajectory. You can descend differently. You can maneuver right up to the point of target engagement. You can even pursue a moving target. And of course, if you want, you can descend vertically. This can be useful to arrive directly at the target. This makes the missile much harder to detect, and it causes more powerful destruction.
At the same time, experts say, the missile can even approach the target like a cruise missile by descending in advance to the terrain's horizon, thus hiding from enemy radars.
If something is flying high, you can see it from a great distance. And if the missile is flying low enough, it is extremely difficult to notice, because you don't have a clear line of sight due to the terrain.
At the same time, analysts note that even if the precision strike missile is detected as it approaches the target, that's not even half the battle, because with its impressive power, it is also quite capable of confusing enemy air defense missiles.
In general, the countermeasure systems on the missile can include things like infrared flares. These are devices that disrupt the infrared homing heads in air defense missiles.
By the way, there are currently 4 known concepts of this missile. The simplest version, indexed as 1, is already ready and being delivered to the troops. The 2 modification is the one that is supposed to fly 1,000 kilometers and will have an increased flight speed. The 2 subsequent versions will have different types of warheads depending on the tasks, as well as even greater range and speed due to engine and aerodynamic upgrades.
The open architecture gives the missile a great modernization potential. The US Army is considering 2 advanced versions of missiles with a multi-mode homing system, the land-based anti-ship missile LBASM, and another with an increased warhead while maintaining the range.
For Ukraine, the development by the US of a replacement for the HIMARS is undoubtedly a plus, military analysts believe. Firstly, these missiles could very well end up at the disposal of the armed forces of Ukraine. After all, we have plenty of HIMARS, and Ukrainian military personnel have repeatedly demonstrated their skills in using them. Secondly, if Washington does not want to share its latest missiles as they are produced, the very ATACMS that Kiev is receiving today, and which we will surely need in the future, will start to be freed up. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like right now. And be sure to subscribe to our new Arsenal channel. The link is in the description below the video.